Yeah,
Look at his face.
yeah. Too up, too down.
Look at his
Hey.
face. Got
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, I wanted the crown and to be celebrated. I rented a tux and I ordered a mink. Stood in the mirror like mama, I made it. Proceeded to brush in the teeth in the sink. Caught me a grill and I'm so melanated. I polished the chain, I ain't gold in the link. And I got me a baby who gave me some babies. I'm raising a lady and building a king. Too cold, you too busy running with another man lane, I guess. Yeah, too bold. I be running on the one way, never change my set like, I don't ever use my signals, yeah. I be in the lane myself, yeah. I don't gotta change my mental, yeah. And I ain't gotta chase my wealth, and I accept my daddy got a kingdom, and everything I ever got is his. If I ever got a problem, I'ma seek him. I never doubt him, been about his biz, oh man, been there. I ain't gotta ride on the wave when the ocean is his. Close with the kid with a
What's good, baby? It's your boy Dale. I'm back in the saddle again. Our motto is to buy, build. We already bought it already, so we already own it, free and clear. Refinance to long-term debt, cash flow. That is the motto. Cliff, man, is that a pretty strong motto, man? What do you think?
Man, the model is strong. Like, you're getting each piece of the invest, right?
What it do, y'all? It's your partners Dale and Cliff back in the saddle again for another edition of Real Estate Friday Live. Man, I hope all is well, guys. If you could, real fast, guys, do us a favor, like, share, and subscribe, guys. We know we look better than you. Don't get mad at us. Talk to Jesus about that thing, man. But Cliff, man, how was the week, man? Was it pretty good? How was the week, Doc?
Man, good week. Busy. Man, busy. Just getting ready for these holidays. So, man, just staying busy. Got a lot of work. Man, doing good, man. How was your week?
Yeah, really busy, man. Really busy. Working on a couple transactions, man, which is pretty good. Loving it, man. Things are going pretty well. Can't complain about it at all. But at the exact same time, it's been extremely busy. That's for sure, man. But Cliff, man, we're gonna dive in this thing, man. Christmas is next week, guys. Of course, we will not be doing a live show on Christmas. This is not gonna happen, y'all, because we got families and kids and wives, and they ain't gonna like that at all. But what we will do, guys, is we will be doing a best of type of show, which would be good. So it'll be a best of this, best of that, talking about certain topics that really kind of went viral on social media for us. And I think you guys are going to like that as well. So this is going to be pretty cool for that as well. So got us down this real quickly. Hey, Cliff, man, real fast, man, you know what we got to do every single week, man. People have been missing us doing this, man. So we got to do this, man. Man, what's going on with the market, man? What you seeing in the market? Yeah, what's going on, man?
So, man, it's the same thing, man. We've been seeing it for a while. Market's going flat. Not seeing a whole bunch of changes, really. Mostly, you're seeing the market just kind of stay stagnant for the last, almost seems about past year, maybe 18 months.
Yep.
We're probably going to see more interest rate drops. We're hoping that 2026. So we have several economists and several different predictions coming in that 2026 is going to be a more positive year. So we're probably to see more properties start to rise, especially in the commercial space, because you're going to see cap rates start to come down. You're going to see valuations start to rise. So hopefully we'll see some changes going into next year. But right now we're in a sideways market, which is good because usually after a sideways market comes a boom.
That is correct. I agree. Still stagnant. Everything's kind of stationary. People kind of trying to wait to see what's going on with the Fed. I think 2026 is going to be a pretty big year for those that are ready, which is pretty good with the new Fed chairman going in. And I believe it's May or June. So when he goes in, I think President Trump said he actually has one picked already. I think I know who it probably is. And he's a negotiating hawk as well as an interest rate hawk. So expect plenty of cuts coming there. So investors are looking for that. I believe that prices are going to continue to go down because they have to, because a lot of sellers, unfortunately, they're kind of in la-la land. Some of them are just really married to their price point. But guys, unfortunately, guys, it's a buyer's market, and unfortunately, it's a buyer's market. So your property may be valued at X based on the comparables, but the buyer may say, I don't care about none of that. I want to pay this, and either you accept it or you don't. It's real simple. If you don't accept it, be prepared to sit on the market for a long period of time. For instance, one of the houses in the former neighborhood that we used to live in back in the day, it's been on the market, Cliff, for 220 days. 220 days. And the guy just will not adjust. And unfortunately, that's what's really going on. Are you seeing the same thing, Cliff, when it comes to appraising?
Yeah, days on market are long. The buyer pool is small, right? So if you just don't have a lot of buyers, a lot of sellers are starting to put their house on the market more than they used to. So just think about it. You have an increased amount of listings and a decreased amount of buyers. That equals a buyer's market.
That is correct, guys. So again, investors, retail buyers, adjust. Don't be afraid to negotiate and be kind of ask for the moon. I would say ask for the moon and see what they say. That makes some sense, man. But guys, let's dive into the topics real fast, guys. Here are the topics for today. Number one, man, the hidden housing meltdown that nobody's talking about. We're gonna talk about what's going on with those variables. Number two, never use Zillow. Really? A lot of buyers use Zillow. They say we should never use it. Number three, Texas property tax war. You actually have Governor Abbott and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick talking about these two different things. We're going to talk about how this actually is going to benefit consumers or not. And lastly, man, investors' edge, man, in today's market. What you should be doing in today's market, guys, with a new topic. But let's dive into the first topic, man, real fast, man. Let's dive into, man, here we go. Let's go here first. Let's go, man, Cliff. The hidden housing meltdown variables nobody's talking about. Cliff, I'm going to bring on a very well-known realtor. He's actually in a city, New York, and he actually has a Netflix series. He sells a lot of real estate. I'm going to bring him on, Cliff, real fast, man, so we can see what's going on and see what he has to say about what's going on with the market. And then you and I, we'll adjust and kind of give our commentary on what is really going on, and we kind of go from there. Let's get into it real fast. Let's get into it. Here we go. Let's get into it.
Welcome back. The housing market expected to shift in 2026 as President Trump works to encourage the younger generation of American homebuyers. The 30-year fixed mortgage rate now sits at 6.2%. That's about just over 5.5% for a 15-year fixed.
Cliff, real fast, is that a high rate?
Historically, that's not a high rate. But when the average home currently is sitting around, I think it's 3.8 or 4, roughly about 4%.
Yeah,
it's high. That's high I would say for recent mortgage rates, it's high. For historical mortgage rates, it's not. It's low.
Yeah, it is. I'd say, guys, to be honest with you, between 5 and 6% is probably going to be the sweet spot. Really 4.5, but we'll see what's going on. Here it is.
Higher than most people want. Mortgage rates expected to drop, however, slightly at least, heading into the next year as the Federal Reserve is cutting interest rates and did so this week by a quarter point, a third straight cut. Joining me now is the founder of Serhant and CEO of Serhant, Ryan Serhant. Ryan, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. First of all, since the Federal Reserve started cutting interest rates, how likely is it that a cut in rates on the short end from the Fed trickles down to mortgage rates?
Okay.
It'll happen. It'll just take a significant amount of time. And there's no trickle-down cut that's going to make a massive difference in the housing market. The market is affected by inventory, and 90% of all home loans in the United States are still under 5%. Most people, especially in luxury markets, have rates that are under 4%, if not under 3.5%. So you have COVID locked in homeowners. You have boomers and Gen X's who are living in 5 bedrooms that are totally empty, who can't even afford to move. And you have first-time home buyers who are completely priced out because the monthly payments are too high. And sellers are coming off the market because they're not getting their pricing. And so inventory is the topic.
And inventory has been the issue for a long time now, Ryan. I mean, you're urging renters at this point to get back into the housing market. predicting a big shift in 50 years. Why? What are you seeing?
Well, we're seeing people make a tough decision. Do I rent and not build equity, or do I own, even if that means a new form of ownership? So something we're seeing, and we're going to see it more in 2026 that I've never done in my career, is co-ownership. First with parents, and that's something we've seen for some time, but now with partners, with friends. Instead of sharing a 3-bedroom rental, why not put together down payment dollars, share an LLC ownership, split it 3 or 4 ways, depending on the state, because the laws are different, and actually go into a great investment opportunity. We're seeing that more and more and more.
Interesting.
Okay. And
Interesting.
we've been waiting for this
Hold
so-called...
on, Cliff. Bruh, man. What you think about this co-owner thing, man? What you think about this thing?
I mean, if you're going to live in the property, that's a little different. Renting it, okay, cool. That's a little business you got going, but you living in the deal. I don't know. Y'all better be good friends.
And what lender will be okay with you? Well, what lender will be okay with you actually living in the house that you're buying as investment property? Because that would be a homestead, am I right? Or there's a flex you can do. There's a flex you can do, which is good. But what do you think about that, Cliff? Will a lender be okay with you doing that?
No, I mean, you can't live in the property. So I'm not sure how they're doing it in an LLC, unless they're doing it in their personal name and then transferring it to an LLC.
Yeah, I can see that.
But the loan itself is still,
yeah.
But it gets a little complicated.
It does. But again, I like the creativity of co-owners. I like that. But we'll see what happens. Let's go back to it. Here we go. Let's go back to it real fast.
Mamdani effect of this New York City exodus to Florida might not be playing out as predicted. There's a new report from Douglas Elliman finding that 89 new home contracts were signed in the Big Apple. 122 new luxury apartments being listed for sale right now.
Wow.
This despite the New York Post reporting that Miami realtors are seeing a 166% surge in inquiries from New York City's wealthiest residents to escape socialism now that Mamdani's coming in. What trends can you tell us about that are happening right now in luxury housing?
One, I wouldn't believe anything I ever heard from Douglas Elliman, so I think the headlines need to be taken in some context.
Hey.
The Mamdani effect lasted for maybe 24 hours when there was an immediate fear. And then Hochul, our governor, came in and said, a lot of what we want to do isn't going to happen. New York City isn't going anywhere, and it's the greatest city in the world, and everyone calmed down. And we've had 5 weeks now of luxury market highs, because where else are you going to go? New York City is actually selling at a bit of a discount now. There is good inventory. Sellers are willing to do deals, unlike most places in the market, nationally anyway. And so it's a great market to do transactions in. We're going to have probably the largest December of my entire career. That's a first-time home buyer all the way to the top of the market, which is something like I just haven't seen since, I want to say, 2019. So people are active. And we're not looking for yesterday's normal. We're going into, I would say, a transformation of the housing market. And people are just finding new ways to live and new ways to move forward.
But did you just say, okay, you just said you would not believe anything. Who said?
Douglas Elliman. You gave me a report from Douglas Elliman. I wouldn't.
This is your competitor. This is your competitor.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Cheryl, jump in here.
Gil Deser, he's of course a
So again, Cliff, that's all good. Okay. What's going on in New York? This Mamdani effect. Do you think that this is happening because of what he's trying to push, which is socialism in New York?
I think it's going to affect some people. There's going to be a percentage that they're already on the edge. They were already talking about moving. This might be the last piece. But I think there's going to be a good amount who are going to wait to see, because it has to pass before they do. And I think I don't think he's going to be able to get 90% of what he wants done.
Yeah, I don't know, because a lot of the money for what the Democrat Party wants to push is on that extreme side. It's on the socialism side. So it depends on how the money's flowing. I don't know. We have to see. But there's a possibility that you may be right. But this guy, when a reviewer said, hey, sharing a mortgage with a friend, he said, now I house hack and move every 2 years. Interesting. So house hack meaning that you buy a duplex or a fourplex and do it that way and live in one of them, and maybe an eightplex and live at one of them. I can see that. Cliff, what do you think about house hacking, brother?
I think house hacking is probably the smartest thing you could do. But to me, it's more of a lifestyle choice.
Correct.
If you can live like that, if you can live in a duplex, and that's cool with you, and that's something you want to do in a fourplex, go do that.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you're young, shoot, go ahead and do that. You know, I wish you would have done it at like 25, got a fourplex, moved in one, and maybe moved out by 35 or 10 years. You got a lot of equity,
Correct.
Saved a lot of money. That's smart to do.
Correct. Well, guys, I would say creativity right now is the key, whether you are buying a house, whether you are living in a house, leasing a house, creativity is the key. If you don't have a good realtor that can be creative with you guys, I would say exchange realtors, because of the fact that those that are creative can be able to navigate these different variables in the housing market. It's real simple. I'll just say again, if you're buying a house, ask for the moon. Ask for it. I told y'all. There's two things that happen. Either they'll say no or they'll counter back. One of the two. If they say no, you know who you're working with. That's what I would say, Cliff. You agree, man? You disagree?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of negotiations. You gotta throw out a number. You gotta see how it works. And don't be so tied to a specific property.
Yeah.
There's a lot of properties out there. You trying, and it ain't working out. That's telling you something.
Yeah.
A deal is going to come when the numbers make sense.
Exactly. What's the saying? All money ain't good money is another saying, but I would say also, guys, every deal is not a good deal. Right. That's okay. That's fine. Cliff, man, let's dive into the next topic, man, real quickly, man. On this one, man. Hey, guys. Hey, the one thing about it is we have a licensed appraiser on the screen, right? And Cliff, brother, I know you have a lot to say about this one, about Zillow. Now, a lot of investors, and I think one of the GOATs said it best, and you hear him in a second. He says, never use Zillow, how home buyers are being misled by the numbers in Zillow. Cliff, before you speak, let me go and bring on a guy, Pace Morby, real quickly, and he's gonna give his dialogue real fast, and then we can comment on it, okay? Let's dive into it real fast. Here we go. Let's get into it.
What's the best deal that you've seen in the last year?
Best deal I've seen that I've bought, or best deal I've seen?
That you've seen.
Best deal I've seen is I had a student of mine assign a deal for $600,000, so he didn't even have to buy the deal. He just assigned it to another buyer for $600,000. I've got a student named Duran who bought an assisted living facility in Philadelphia, raised $8 million for it, turned into a hotel, refinanced it like $30 million and made $20 million in like 18 months. Like, those are crazy deals that happen, but they happen all the time, right? You ran into a weird deal. Imagine, Jack, if you were actually looking for deals all day long, you'd find a weird deal every day.
Mm-hmm. So where are the best places to look for deals?
Okay, so best places to look for deal, definitely not Zillow. Where should I go to find a deal? If I want to find a deal, I would go to a web. Are you okay if I?
So, Cliff, he's at a website. Hang on, you guys want to know what that is? Go over there and do that. Cliff, I consider Pace Morby one of the GOATs in real estate, next to a Grant Cardone or the other guy, the kind of the big fat guy. What's his name?
Ben Mala.
Yeah, Ben Mala. Yeah, Ben Mala. He's one of the GOATs. All right, and also President Trump is the GOAT. In my opinion, he's the GOAT in real estate. My question, Cliff, is Zillow. What's your thought process on Zillow, Mr. Appraiser?
I mean, if you're talking about the Zestimate, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's way off. Nobody really uses that. You can use this it's a number, right? It's something that has some reference, but it's not reliable. It can be off 10, 20, 30, 50%. I've seen it be way off. You just don't know. For finding deals, like Pace was saying, it depends, right? It depends on what market you're in. Because I think if you're looking, I think that I've seen different type of investors go to find deals differently. there's some that use the MLS and they're using way more of a numbers game type of situation. Pace may be trying to get off market deals. This is more of a marketing game.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So I mean, Zillow can be. I mean, MLS you can find deals. It's just harder. It takes a lot more work. You got to put a lot more offers. There's a lot more negotiation.
Yep.
You know, I'll give you an example. I had a deal that I got off the MLS. I bought it for 40. I put like 80 into it. It was worth 200. You know what I mean? Got it off the MLS, but they didn't advertise it for 40. They advertised it for, I think, 70. I got it for 40.
There you go.
So it all depends.
You got a deal. Now, don't get it twisted. You can find some deals on MLS, some deals on Zillow. What Cliff is saying is don't use Zillow as your baseline at all. Now we have a question. It says here, is Zillow really that bad? I wonder, can we trust any of them? Redfin, Realtor, or Trulia? Cliff, this is for you, brother. Go ahead, brother.
No. I mean, if you just use a little logic, if you just think about it, if they were as accurate as you want them to be, would the banks use them?
Ooh.
Of course. If they were accurate, the bank would go, we're going to use this as the estimate price. They don't do that. Why? And remember, it's their money. They're getting millions of loans a year. They're aware. So why do they hire an appraiser? Why do they actually go get an expert? The reason why is because there is no algorithm that can tell you all the specifics that go into what a valuation is, right? You need to have that person to take a look at it and really see the difference, because the algorithm's not taking into account the type of updates, what it really means in that marketplace, how to decipher all of that. So just think, the people who are actually spending the money, how are they valuing it?
Correct. Correct. Guys, you understand that Zillow is actually actively buying properties? Hello? They're actually investors themselves. So my question to you is, if you're using Zillow as based on determining the value, so when do you ever use your own other investors to give you the guaranteed or the comparables of the property? I never have. Have you, Cliff? So why would you trust Zillow? No, don't get me trust. I use Zillow when it comes to getting some basic information. You know, the county, the square footage, and that nature. Sometimes even that's off. But that's off sometimes. But that's the reason why the good thing of having a realtor that can pull some comps. But again, I gotta be safe with that as well, because realtors are horrible at times pulling comps. Horrid. So Cliff, I'll give them an investor standpoint. You give them what the appraiser would do. All right. When I pull comparables, guys, this is what I look for. I look for a square footage, 200 square feet above and below the subject property. Right, I look at 3-bedroom. Look at specs, 3, 2 2s, whatever the spec is of the house. I look at that, right, as a spec. I go a half mile. If I can't find anything out there, I go maybe a quarter. I go 3/4 of a mile, then a mile out. But I start off at a half mile of subject properties around the property, and I look at the property condition. Right, if I'm looking for after repair value, I'm looking at okay. What is the standard? How do they get this type of price point as far as attribute value? And how can I renovate my property up to that spec so that I get close or above that? That's how I normally look at it. All right, Cliff, would you agree or disagree?
I mean, yeah, for the most part, that's right. It all depends, right? Every property is going to be different. The location is going to be different. I mean, ultimately, you're trying to find as close as an apples to apples close comparison to the subject property as you can.
Correct.
Right. But you're going to have variance. And so you have to understand what type of variance is accepted over another type. So now we can go into all the methodologies and thought process behind valuation. Right. So obviously you want to be in the same subdivision as you can, same street would be best. Right. Sure. So then when you start leaving that, you have to start understanding the area, because even like I had a property today where it's in a gated community. Well, the comparables are not in a gated community. So what is that gated? And it's quarter mile away.
Yeah.
So what's that gated community worth? So distance isn't always going to be able to tell you that valuation. then you have to take a look at the updates, because the updates of one property may be good in their location versus another one.
Correct.
I'll give you an example. A lot of people try to tell me that, hey, I got new wood floors. That means it's going to be worth more, right? Not necessarily. I'll tell you an example. I had a house that I flipped. A lot of the houses had wood floors in it, but I noticed a couple houses had carpet and they sold around the same price. I put in carpet in my flip, sold it for the same price as the wood floors.
Wow.
Because I saw the market wasn't paying a lot more for those wood floors. Carpet was acceptable to the average buyer.
Correct.
So people were overspending. I see that a lot with people who flip, is they tend to overspend where you don't need to.
Correct.
You know, so it all depends, but I say you're mostly right with what you're trying to do in the valuation. I'll give you one piece that I had to learn, and a lot of people don't know.
Sure.
The adjustment from a 3-bedroom to a 4-bedroom doesn't exist. A 3 and 4 bedroom is valued the same.
Woo! Y'all just got a nugget. Said it again for the folk in the back row, Cliff.
Typical appraisers. And remember, I've had several, and I also have some appraiser friends that I've worked with along the way. And a lot of people think 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom is going to have some material difference. I would say in 95% of the time, it has no bearing. 3 and 4 is the same.
Wow. Now, let me ask another question, Cliff. Do pools add any value to the valuation of a property? Pools.
They almost always add value. I almost rarely see where it just didn't, unless the condition was terrible. But you also have to remember this: what's the size of the lot? What I mean by that is to say, if it has a pool with no backyard, that's viewed as different than a pool with a backyard, because you're going to have to think about space, the buyer, right? So you kind of have to take that into consideration. So a pool, I would say this, it depends on the area, but most of the time, the value that I see for pools is not worth the cost to install a brand new pool.
Wow. Okay. So basically, you have to run a cost-benefit analysis to make sure they even make sense.
Exactly. For every area is different, but most people, remember, you have the value of the property is based on who buys it. A lot of people who are buying pools is because they want a pool. They're searching for a house with a pool. What percentage of the market wants a pool? Every market's different, but I'll give you a kind of a baseline. I would say maybe 25% of the market, maybe, actually is actively looking for a pool. 75%
ain't looking for it.
They're not looking for it.
Last question, Cliff. This is for those kitchen gurus, all right? Kitchen. Does Formica countertops add less value or more value than granite countertops?
Man, granite countertops, you should do every day of the week, all day long. They're so cheap now. It's almost the same price as doing Formica, and you're gonna get a huge difference because Formica comes off cheap.
Yeah.
And granite's not that expensive.
Yeah.
And it almost shows you didn't put in the little bit of work. I mean, you say $1,500 difference. You know what I'm saying? Like you save $1,500 on a $200,000 house. So yes, I would say if I see Formica, that already tells me that you're not usually going quality. You look at the rest of the home. But I'll tell you this, I only see Formica in homes that are older. Almost all the houses now, they all do granite.
Granite, yep.
Everybody does
yes, sir. With a nice little backsplash there. And I tell you guys, kind of a renovation type of thing. And I got this from a good realtor friend of mine who does renovations. Lighting is key.
Yeah.
Lighting, when you're doing a renovation, guys, lighting is a huge deal. You wanted to walk in to a house and for the lighting to light up every area in that house. You want the eyes to do all of the work just by looking. Don't let them figure out anything at all, because you've thought about it up front, and the lighting exposes all of the majesty of your renovation project. It's real simple. If not, guys, all of a sudden now their mind is saying, you know what? It's too dark over here. This is not good for me at all. Does that make some sense, guys? That's what I would do.
Hey, I'll give you one more tip. Whenever you're doing a property, don't do blinds. Just leave the windows open. It makes the room look bigger.
Yes, it does. Yes, guys, we give y'all some game today. Some game today. And also, I would say, when you're buying a renovation project, always get the roof inspected all the time. And ask the buyer or the seller, when's the last time it's been replaced? And also, has a claim ever been filed on the roof? Because if you don't, that filing claim, which is attached to that property, carries on over to you. It does. And insurance companies love to collect your monthly premiums, but pay nothing back when the company comes when you file a claim. Just let y'all know what's going on. Because if you agree or disagree.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I was actually talking about this today with roofs. It's because somebody had a 50-year roof and they're saying they think it's more value than the 30-year roof. And it all depends. Because if you had, and think of it this way, when you're talking about this kind of valuation and you're talking about doing the inspections, and you're taking a look at it, is ultimately what are people buying? So when you go buy, how many people do you see when you look at cars and they're buying cars with bad engines? Yeah, there's brands out there. It's because they like the interior. Yeah, they like something else about the car. So sometimes the value you're seeing is not what the market is seeing. Correct. So almost always get an inspection, unless you know what you're doing. Get an inspection report. Yes, please. Now, if speed is the issue, okay, and you can justify based on your numbers, you know what? I can maybe take a little bit of a hit. If I miss something, go ahead and do it. Because we did that before. We bought our property in, I think it was Ostrander, Ohio, sight unseen. Yeah. Sight unseen, guys. We bought the boat for $116,000. We did. We put $116,000 into it. We did. But it was a mold problem that was bad. We had to deal with a bad GC. Wasn't paying his subcontractors. We had to deal with a subcontract thing as well. Now, we still make 6 figures on the deal. We still did. But we bought right. That's how we were able to make that amount of money. And I mean, when me and Cliff, we were like, man, this is for the birds. Like, golly, but we bought it. So I done saying we didn't know we didn't know what the city was. We've never been there before, ever. But we had a buyer already in place. We did, so we bought it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, guys, we gave you guys some nuggets, guys. Last topic, and then, guys, we'll be out of this thing, man, real fast. And because my wife and saying they're hungry. So, anyways, guys, man, last Texas homebuyers. This is for you. All right. Governor Abbott and Lieutenant Governor Patrick are kind of in a tax war. I think it's healthy, nothing really big, but we're going to talk about how this may affect you in a positive or negative way. Let's see what's going on and see what they both are offering. And then Cliff and I will give you our commentary. Here we go.
Greg Abbott and Dan Patrick are each touting plans to cut property taxes in Texas, but they're taking distinctly different approaches to help lower your tax bill. Capitol reporter Adam Schwager looks at how these plans could help homeowners and why the lieutenant governor has concerns about one key part of the governor's plan.
I'm really excited about today.
On Tuesday, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick revealed a new plan to reduce the tax burden for Texas homeowners.
We're going to take the senior homestead exemption, where your taxes are frozen and your values are frozen, down to 55.
He calls his proposal Operation Double Nickel. In conjunction with an extra $40,000 homestead exemption for all homeowners, Patrick thinks this is the most responsible way forward to fund schools while reducing property taxes.
From 65 to 55 will cost our budget about $1.3 billion. That is very doable.
Patrick said the state's growth is fueling higher tax revenue, which he said should go back to Texans in the form of tax cuts.
The Texas budget surplus exceeds $11 billion a year.
Governor Greg Abbott has also been saying that on the campaign trail.
When we get that budget surplus, the first thing we should do with it, and the only thing we should do with it, is return it to you, the people.
He spoke Wednesday in Weslaco, touting his 5-point plan to cut property taxes.
We can, and we must, completely abolish the school district property tax for homeowners and homestead owners.
Abbott's plan to eliminate school property taxes drew questions from Patrick.
Where will the money come to fund any kind of government except sales tax?
He noted how much sales tax would have to increase to fully fund schools while eliminating school district homestead property taxes.
You'd have to go from 8.25 cents to 14 or 15 cents. You'd have to double the sales tax.
While they differ on the details, both leaders say they're ready to work together to give Texans tax relief.
I applaud the governor for trying to get property taxes down low. We can agree or disagree on some things.
Because I know it's you, the taxpayers of Texas, that are demanding this reform.
For State of Texas, I'm Adam Schwager.
These proposals come after Texas voters approved a constitutional amendment to provide an additional $60,000 homestead exemption to homeowners over age 65. Dallas area State Senator Nathan Johnson was the lone vote against the additional senior exemption. We asked him why.
They are structuring into the future in the face of very uncertain economic winds. Big property tax relief to people who already are pretty well off.
The senior homestead exemption amendment passed with support from more than 77% of Texas voters.
So Cliff, real quick, man. Okay, these Bama's. Interesting. Concerning Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, full disclosure, I've met him before. Real guy. He's tall. He's 6'7", 6'8". He's huge, but he's very wise. I gotta give him that. He's very wise. He knows how to govern. He does. I gotta give him that. Concerning what they're proposing, so you have Abbott. What he's saying is he wants to limit property taxes entirely. Out. Okay. Patrick is saying he wants to take it from 65 to 55. And that would save a 1.3 billion to the budget, right? And what he was saying concerning Governor Abbott's bill is he was saying, okay, where are we gonna get the money from to pay for schools and other government stuff? Because property taxes do pay for that. That's great questions, man. What do you think?
I mean, I was thinking about this for a second. So the revenue, basically you have a transaction tax, right? That's going to be your sales tax. So if you do what Abbott says and you cut property taxes, then you're actually shifting that burden onto poor people because they're going to end up paying it more in their transaction tax than they are going to be in. Now, the only difference is that maybe you're going to get rent prices that are going to stabilize.
Sure.
You're going to get home prices that kind of stabilize too, because we know in Texas, I see it. Taxes, you'd be paying $10,000, $15,000 a year on the average home in Texas.
Yeah.
So
but at least the sales tax is voluntary. It's not mandatory. And so you can voluntarily pay it versus property taxes now. They ain't voluntary. That bill coming. That boy coming. And it's going up and up and up and up. I would love to see the language in both these bills to really see what's really going on. And I'm gonna find out what's going in these bills.
Which one you like, man? I think for me, if I had to pick, I probably would go with the 55. That's reasonable. You freeze. So basically you pay it up until you hit that age, but once you hit that age, it freezes. Because the sales tax portion to me it's going to be more of a burden because I mean, that's like you paying 15% on everything you buy.
I would say combine them both. The sweet spot is to say, okay, guys, we can't eliminate property taxes as a whole, but we could do a tiered approach to where you buy a property and you're 30 years old, 20 years old. You're paying property taxes, you are. But when you get to a certain age, you get graduated off. Or when you pay your property off in full, you get to graduate off. But that incentivizes for loan officers to actually do more deals, right? Now, when it comes to the sales tax, you can probably raise it up to from 8.25 to maybe 10.
That's what, yep.
10, so that you're kind of in the middle. Because I agree with Dan Patrick when he says, "Hey, rolling off or breaking down 65 to 55, it saves $1.3 billion to the budget," which I agree. But property taxes are still rising. That's a percentage still rising. So until you solve this percentage point at the top itself, when it comes to property taxes increasing, you're still in the same problem. There has to be some type of cap somewhere, specifically if you own a property free and clear. Because that's the case, you never own a house.
Yeah, and the biggest problem is that when you reset too. So for example, you buy a house. Let's say you buy a house today. 10, 15 years goes by. That buyer, that new value is going to reset that taxes.
Correct.
And that's an issue. I mean, if you're smart, you buy a house and fix it up, and you have the old taxes.
Yeah.
On a home that's all fixed up, and you could be saving thousands of dollars a year. I mean, you could easily be saving $2,000 to $5,000 a year.
Yeah, I would say also anybody that served in the service, I would make them tax exempt, property tax exempt, because they paid their ultimate price. They served in the military, right? I would say if you have a family, a wife that has a deceased soldier, or a husband has a deceased soldier, they pay no property taxes at all.
Man, see, now you're getting creative, because now you got to be thinking, because they're saying that there's no tax revenue. You could actually have, why not? I would say you're right for the veterans, but if you open up to the public to say, if you volunteer at a school district, if you participate, if you get so many hours that you sign off on, then you send it in, verified, hey, you have to give 50 hours a year, which, that's a good amount of time, but you get an exemption for whatever voluntary work. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's
I would say
creative.
I wouldn't say exemption. I would say you can get a discount.
Right, exactly. Yeah. If you're a vet, you ain't got to do it. If you're a citizen, cool. You give 50 hours a year. It cuts from, I don't know what it is right now, 5% to 2.5%, 50%.
Right. Something like that. I'm gonna try to sit down with them and see what's going on. There's some lawmakers that I know up here that on the Senate side and the House side that I can sit down and talk with them and see what's really going on, getting the language behind it, because it's all in the language. It's all in language. It's all legislation. It's all language, because it's nothing but, most of the time, guys, when it comes to passing a lot of bills, you know what I'm saying, you have people that are fresh out of college really writing the bill. And they've had no damn job, nothing. They come right out of college, right into government. Trash. Trash.
Yeah.
Horse manure.
I know somebody who, they were young and they were getting into politics, and they went out of college directly into trying to run. And they don't really know the business. They never paid taxes on a bill. They didn't really, they had some jobs, but they never had a career to understand some of that stuff. So yeah, you want to understand what's happening in the real world.
Yeah, and this is an issue that both Democrats, Republicans, and Independents can actually get behind. This is a bipartisan issue. Property taxes in Texas. So I'm gonna call you by name. Mahalia Pleza, that's your 70, talking to you. Angela Paxton, Senator of Texas, talking to you. Bob Hall, Senator of Texas, talking to you. Jeff Leach, House Republican, talking to you. There's a lot of them that I know by first name. Hey guys, get in the room, order some pizza, get some salad, get some sweet tea, whatever you got to do, some apple pie or something, and work the deal out. Because of the fact that there's a lot of people who are paying high taxes. Like, for instance, man, in Lucas, Texas, bro. Lucas, Texas, property taxes went up so much, man. People are leaving Prosper, Texas right now because, and this is on them, they built new homes, Cliff, and we're paying one property tax bill. But player 2-3 years later, man, the real textbook came in and went from like $3,000 to $20,000. They're like, what in the hell? I'm like, like, player, like you know this was coming.
No, man, the real, I'm telling you, the realtors and the realtors and the title companies are not doing it right. No, they ain't doing it right. They don't tell you when you. I'll break it down real quick. The builders buy plots of land. They subdivide that land.
Correct.
When they sell it to you, I'm telling you, I see it all the time. The city has not valued that land yet.
No.
So you'll see low amounts. They'll say, oh, it's 2,000 or 3,000. And people will think that. And like you just said, a year later, when the city resets that land value, because the subdivision's done, it resets to 20,000.
Correct.
Yep.
Guys, if you're buying a new construction home, the current property taxes is not the real one. That's the introductory one, right? In 2 or 3 years, that new one's coming through. And I would say if you're paying 2,000, most probably about 10. About 10. It's gonna be about 20. About 20,000. I'm trying to told y'all, man, this is why I'm saying, and this is a bipartisan issue, guys. Sit down in a room and iron out this deal. Stop talking about it. Campaign all you want to, Governor Abbott and Lieutenant Governor Patrick, but sit y'all behinds down and get in the room with some people and with the House and Senate and iron out of there. You guys did it when it came to school choice. Now doing it in the proper taxes.
But you know what? Now I'm thinking about it. If you did Abbott and said we're gonna get rid of property tax, cut it to 0, increase sales tax to, let's say, 15%. How much cheap would Texas real estate be? You just cut the payment by 1/3.
Ooh.
Texas, now you be going looking at these houses out here. I'm going, wait, what's the monthly payment with no state tax? All of a sudden, that $3,000 house is $2,000. That 4 is 3, if not more.
It makes it affordable. My question is, where are we getting the money for when it comes to these schools?
It's the sales tax. It has to. I guess I'm getting that sales tax that's being redistributed back to the school program.
Okay, so let me look at the numbers real quick. I'm gonna take something real simple. Let's just say, I don't know, $100,000 house. Let's say the tax bills. Let's say it's 10%. 10%. That's $10K. About $10,000. Well, I said it's around like $5,000-6,000. Let's just say $10,000. That's a year. That right there, let's say times 10 homes, that's $100,000 a year in private taxes bill. Now, if you're doing 15% of sales tax, right? That let's do it by 10,000 transactions. 10,000 transactions. All right. That's on $1,500. No, yes, that's nothing. They have to realistically do, Cliff, to get $100,000 in property and the equal. They have to do, Jesus, how many? 100,000 divided by 15%. They do 666,000 transactions to even get $100,000. Now, is that possible? Yes, that's possible because you're talking about insurance as far as auto insurance, groceries when you pay your bills. That's not a high number. That may work, Cliff. That may work. What now, Cliff? Would you be okay with not paying 0 in property taxes, but voluntarily you're paying in sales tax?
I would. My only issue is, I think you should almost do it like Florida, because I think it's yes. I think it's yes to both. One is, why don't you just freeze it, raise sales taxes. So when you buy a home, whatever that sales tax is when you buy it, it's frozen. That's what they do in Florida.
Yeah, because when you buy a house, you still pay a sales tax when you buy. Still.
Right. And your taxes that you have, your property taxes they are right there. They don't move.
Freeze for how long?
As long as you own the property.
So what you're saying is, hypothetically, the introductory tax bill is $3,000 a year, right? You say freeze it right there as long as you own a house. Now, when you sell it or you refi, that's gone. That's gone. That's not bad, Cliff.
It incentivizes you to stay in homes. People keep property as long as you can buy a new one that could reset. There's a whole new amount. So you keep that. You raise sales tax by 10%.
There you go.
They just don't go up. You're still going to keep paying what you're paying. Now, if you move, obviously, but it disincentivizes you wanting to move.
But the thing about it is, I could see that. But if someone's saving $400 a month, Cliff, $400 a month, man. If they save $400, but let's say someone stays in the house for 10 years, $400 a month times 12, that's $4,800 times 10 years, Cliff. That's 40. They've saved $48,000. It's 48 grand they've saved. So if you save $48,000, that's in the bank chilling. Would you move to another spot?
Yeah, I might.
Again, quick question we got: Would they apply to owner occupied only or investor property also? Owner occupied.
Yeah.
Owner occupied. No investor properties. No. Because it's called it's a homestead issue. Homestead issue is what it is. If you're an investor, pay the damn taxes, money. Pay the taxes. It is what it is, doc. Hey.
But you do keep what you end up doing is you keep the rent higher though.
Yes, you do. He said, I don't like that because I have a 3.75%, so I'm going to refinance no matter what within the next 3 years.
I wouldn't refinance. Why you refinance? Keep that.
Yeah, like why would you refinance that? Unless you need the cash to get out. I mean, you're going from 3.75% to 5.25%, 6.25%. Why would you do that for? Why? Do you need the cash? Now, what you could do, what you could do, Cliff, is this here. Nah, it's too creative. That's just too creative. Because what you could do is you could buy a property, right? Lock in that $3,000, right? Or the introductory sales tax, property taxes. Sell and finance the property out. Move over to another house, lease that house, right? And or buy, sell, or finance. And again, you're paying property taxes there, but you're making so much on the revenue that you're getting from the other property.
Yeah,
and killing the game.
See now you playing a whole different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think more likely it's going to just freeze, or they're just going to make it 55. Just drop it to 55. I think they should make it 45. That's what I think.
I agree. Hell, y'all. I have an adjustable 3.75% rate for 7 years.
It's adjustable. So now it's going to adjust up. And so he's having to refinance, hopefully at a lower rate, which is different than adjustable.
That makes sense. Can they use the cash on refi? For what? For what? I mean, anybody can use a cash on refi. It's all good. She can come on in, Doc. It's all good. His family is all good. An SB LOC or even a lesser known IBOs. It's a little too complex. The regular person ain't gonna understand what that is. But guys, we can go back and forth on this, guys. Is what it is, yeah. It is what it is. All I can say is, guys, is Texas, man, get up in that room and get it done, baby. Get it done, y'all. Real quickly, guys. Again, we have a licensed appraiser on the screen. His name is Cliff Hunter. He's been Cliff. How long have you been an appraiser for?
Man, I'm going on, I think, about 7 years. 7 years.
Wow, long time. So here's my question, Cliff. Is tell him, Doc, about what you do, man. Tell him about homeowners.com.
Yeah, so it's actually an appraisal office. Just call us, give us a call for anything you want to know about value. You want to do subdivisions, you want to do a single house, you want to know the value of your property, just give us a call. We're going to be able to help you out. Any situation you have, from wanting to build, expand. And I'll say this is probably the biggest advice I'd give. If you're thinking about expanding, you're thinking about building onto your property or doing any kind of improvement, before you do, call an appraiser, because too many times I have people who update their home and then call me and realize that it wasn't worth the value to do those updates.
Yeah.
So just give us a call, go to hunterappraisal.com and let us know.
Guys, it's real simple, guys. It is vital to have a licensed appraiser on your team. He's your secret weapon. So reach out to Cliff, man. HunterAppraisal.com is right there, guys. Real quickly. Also, guys, real quickly, guys, hey, we are giving away a free ebook, guys. Free. Hold on one second, guys. I'm moving a little too fast for my taste. Guys, we're giving away a free. Where did it go? There we go. So again, guys, real quickly, we give away a free ebook, guys. This is what we do all day. We always say all the time, you make money when you buy, not when you sell. When you sell, guys. No, you make money when you buy, not when you sell, guys. So those that understand how to locate distressed properties will make a ton of money. So if you want the free ebook, how to locate distressed properties in your city, county, or state, DM us the word real estate, scan on the QR code here on the screen, or click on the link below in the show notes. It's right there, guys. If you want to know about a different business model as well, guys, maybe real estate is not for you. It's all good, baby. Hey, look for a business model in the financial technology industry, guys. It's real simple, guys. If you don't know what that is, real simple. We go into what that is and how you can take advantage of what the banks are doing and also the insurance companies are doing, guys. DM me the word mentor, scan on the QR code, or click on the link below. Cliff, she come in if you want to, man. She come on in if you want to. Baby girl, come on in. Baby girl, come in if you want to. Baby girl.
Oh no, man, we good right now, man. But I do hope everybody has a good holiday. You know, it's gonna be a good time with family and friends, man. I hope y'all enjoy it.
Good stuff, guys. Hey, Clay, one last thing, man. How about the Mavs, bro?
Oh man, we looking good. We starting to make a comeback, and our boy Coop broke the record this week. 42 points, youngest player ever to do it at 18 years old. I mean, 42, that ain't no joke, throwing a 42 amongst grown men in the NBA. I mean, at his rookie year, I think it was 26 games in, we got us one.
Question, would you trade Klay Thompson to AD now?
Klay, I mean, I think you could trade. I don't think we're going to lose too much trading Klay. His contract's big, but I don't think anybody's going to pick him up. It's $16 million a year with 2 years left on it. Who's going to pick up that contract for $16 million? We're going to lose on the trade.
Yeah.
And AD, I hate to say it, AD is the difference. I've been watching this all season.
Me too.
We win 80, 90% of the games. AD is a monster. When he plays, he is a monster. I mean, he's a guaranteed 20 and 10.
All day. I would say, guys, keep it. I would lock this whole squad in. Yeah. I would trade nobody.
The problem is, the only problem with AD is, can he play?
Yeah, that's the only thing, man.
Yeah.
I think he will, man. I think he will. It's just AD, man. He's injury prone, man. So feel sorry for that cat, man.
Yeah, it's all 7-footers. If you 7 foot, it's you getting hit a lot. Your body's not really built like that.
Yeah,
but that's it. Because I mean, I see AD play, and I'm like, he getting blocks because he's a legit 7'1" who can move.
He can shooting threes. I mean, he can handle the peel, man. He's smart. He has high IQ. I would keep them both because I think once you get Kyrie back, oh my God.
Oh man.
Oh, and they talking about he's trying to come back in what, January?
They keeping it quiet right now. I'm hoping January. First week of January. That's what I'm thinking.
He come back, Cliff? And that rookie Nimrod?
Oh, Nimrod.
Oh, yeah.
Whoo.
But anyways, man, Cliff, man. Guys, hope you guys have a great holiday season, guys. God bless you. You know we look better than you. You know how we end every time. But before you leave, while you can, you see that thing, guys? Have happy holidays, guys. God bless you guys. See you next week, all right, y'all. All right, y'all. Peace. My whole thing is, the one thing I hear a lot of the times when it comes to anybody in real estate is, I don't have the money or the credit or the time or the intellectual property. And I said, okay, no problem. I have the money, have the credit, have the relationships. I'll teach you how to locate a good deal, right? Buy below wholesale.
I love that.
And once I teach you that, right, I'll bring me the deal. Yeah. I help you underwrite the deal, which is fine. I'll even fund the transaction for you as well. So there's no excuses on the table at all. That's why we call that the cash flow club, period. So what happens is people always ask me all the time, Dale, can you train me? Well, I don't have the time to do that. But what if I set up a platform for it to where you get on-demand training? Anytime you want to, because the training you may need may be after you get off work, early in the morning, during the day. You just log into your account and get the same training as if I'm sitting there one-on-one. We're talking about our attorneys, our general contractors, our appraisers, as well as me, talking about how to structure your business, how to put together what they call a power team. A power team is very important. How to put a deal together, right, and buy it at the right price point. How to market. That's one technique that people don't understand. That you can actually get a list of properties that from your city for free.
Whoa. So walk me through that. Like, you can physically get buildings or homes or properties available for free?
Yeah, I'll send you guys the bill in the mail. It's real simple. What you can do is you can actually call down to your city and ask for the violations division. What happens is you say, hey, I want to see what homes in our city actually have violations. What are violations? High grass, no paint, vacant. You have boards on there. Those are actually violations that the city or citation that the city has actually levied against that property. They'll give you that list for free. It may be a little bit of a fee, maybe $100.
Sure.
But it is what it is. Then what you do is you actually you can contact those sellers of those properties one-on-one.
Wow, and that's how you make your money. That's one way. That's one way.
If you'd like to learn how successful real estate investors make money when they acquire real estate and not when they sell it, click on the link below, swipe up, DM me the word to real estate to download our free ebook, Distressed Property Investing. The blueprint is in the ebook. Stay blessed. I'll let your partner and download the ebook today. What if you could help families lower their bills and get paid for it? Healthcare premiums, insurance rates, and loan interest just keep climbing higher. And most people just keep paying without knowing that there's a better way. We use a FinTech platform that connects people to lower healthcare costs, competitive auto and home insurance, better loan products, higher yield bank deposits, and even ways to cut energy costs, all in one place. It's the same technology that banks and big corporations use currently. But now entrepreneurs like us can leverage this technology to build an income stream and help others save. Take our 30-second assessment to see if this business model is a fit for you. Click on the link, watch the short video after, and let's explore what's possible.
Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Big God, big grace.